So I bought this DJI mic mini just so I can run the swamp cooler. So it comes with two mics, transmitter, and this charging case. I mainly bought that so I can run this swamp cooler. I'm doing videos during the summer here. It's just too hot to not have any airflow. And unfortunately, when I make these videos, if you notice in the last few videos, I've had it running and that's all you hear is it drowns out the, it drowns out my voice. So I'm gonna hook these up and we're gonna see how these work. Supposedly they have really good noise canceling, and that way I can be a little more clear. You guys can hear me better. So let's test these out and see how they are. Right now, this is on my phone with the fan running. And we're gonna start working on this bike here. Get this thing torn down a little bit. Just due to the heat, I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time. So we'll kind of go from there. I think this will work a lot better. That way I can stay cool and you guys can hear me and not have to deal with the fan background noise. So we'll give this a shot. We'll see if this works. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, today's mission is to get this bike torn down, and we're just gonna start a little bit at a time just due to the heat. So we'll get the panels off, maybe pull the gas tank out, maybe get the carb off. I do have a service manual coming for this that I ordered, and that'll help put it back together and stuff like that. But we'll get it set up to where I'm just gonna start tearing down a little bit at a time just due to the heat. So let's get this plastic off and kind of go from there. So in order to pull these plastics off, pretty simple. Just these little clips here. These are the original ones, so they just pop in. And then you can just take a flathead and pop them out. So we'll get these clips off of here. The original ones are a little bit nicer than the aftermarket ones I have, because the aftermarket ones I have, you gotta pop it out first. These are just push in and then they come out, so. Then we got one on each side here. Sometimes these can be a pain in the butt. So we'll get that one out. Got one on this side as well. And then that should be it for the side plastic. Normally I'll leave these in there because I don't really need to remove those. So we'll go ahead and slide these out. Get this put away. Get this other side off. I really like these 250s. The wife had a TRX 250, the one with the sport clutch. And I've bought those and flipped those in the past. I don't really care for those bikes. I mean, yeah, you can still buy those bikes new, but the motor on those things, it's like a garden tractor. It's just, it doesn't have the power. These are at least a real engine, and between the two, I would definitely take the LTZ 250 over the TRX 250. I mean, if you guys are diehard Honda people, then go for it. Get yourself a TRX 250. But I'm more of a Suzuki person, so I didn't really care for them, like I said. Let's go ahead and lift this up some and get that gas tank out of there. Let me grab a catch-all. So I'm gonna have some fuel leaking out of here. And I don't know how much gas is in there, so I don't want to take a chance of having it pour out. But the only good thing about these is since these are vacuum operated, that if it's not running and you put it on reserve or on, it's not going to just pour out of there. You're not going to drain your tank out of there. It'll just empty the fuel line, and that's it. So that's all I have to worry about here. So I'll get a little bit of gas out of the line, and then I'm going to go ahead and tuck this up under the frame here, and then I will drain the carburetor float out the bowl, because that'll leave a little bit of, that'll have gas in it as well. So we'll drain that out, get you guys over here a little bit closer. For that, I'll drain out quick. I'm hoping this new mic works really well. I have a feeling it will. You know, I got the dead cat on there, and I just got it clipped to my my shirt up here. So hopefully that makes the sound a little bit more vibrant, I guess you could say. So we'll close that off. This is gonna have to come off. Let's get the tank off real quick. That should be a 10 or a 12. Probably a 10. Yeah, 10. We'll run this off real quick. Grab those two out of there. I always just grab a little bin for all my parts, so that way I'm not chasing them down trying to figure out where they all went. I should be able to take this off. Should be able to slide the tank out of there. Yeah. Shouldn't be anything else holding that on. So normally I leave the tank on the back of the lift here, because if it's going to start puking gas, I would rather know about it than have it in the back of the truck puking gas and not know about it and then come out to a mess. Normally they're pretty good about not puking gas. I know I did reseal this top part at one point. It was leaking on me, and I put new seals in the covers here to adjust the valves. So if you guys notice, I had 4 valve seals in that picture in that short, but I just bought 2 extra just in case one got destroyed. That way I didn't have to go chasing down extra parts. I'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. If I need to do the other vehicle, the other 250 down the road, then at least I'll have those available. So we're gonna pop this carb off. I'm not gonna take the cable off or anything. I'm just gonna move this aside because I can just flip this up and over and not have to worry about it. So right now I have that swamp cooler on low, and I hope you guys can hear me better with this microphone. I'm hoping it's gonna work. It seemed better when I tested it out, so we'll kind of go from there. Debating on whether I need to pull the front plastics off. It probably would help. I might just go ahead and do that. Is there a connector for the lights, or are they all just... I wonder if I could just take these off. No, I can't just flip it. I'd have to pull it all the way off. Let me see if there's a connector for the lights. Looks like it's just all one piece, I think. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get this plastic off too. It'll give me a little more room. That's an 8. I just end up having to pull the bulbs out and going about it that way. Get this side off of here. I think that's going to be my best bet, is just to pop the bulbs out. As much as I don't want to. It's really the only way to go about it. Oh, there's only one bulb. I'm thinking the 400, they got 2 bulbs. So this will give me some more room to get in there and get stuff moved around. What do we got now with the reverse switch? Forgot about that. Forgot about that. That'll give me some more room to get stuff out. And the exhaust is gonna have to come off. Probably just have to take that all the way off, front and back, split it. So we'll get this reverse switch out of here. We'll just let that hang down. And I should be able to get this out of the way and go set this in the truck. All right, so we should be able to pop this carb out of here. Let's move this clip out of the way. And this carb should just pop out of there one way or another. Maybe we'll take the choke off. That'll be in our way a little bit. Probably don't need to, but I'd rather just make it as easy as possible. All right, and then we'll just tuck that cable there, and now we'll get this carb off here. Come on. All right. And then I'm just gonna let this sit up here for the time we're working on it. I'll just put it over here. Might leak a little gas. That's residual in there, but all right, so we can move this. Put that back where it needs to go, and we're done. Let's get these caps off. We need to get this in top dead center as well. What size are those? Those are not 19, so probably 17. I did replace the rubber in these as well not too long ago, but they look like, I don't know, they look all right, but I don't see any oil leaking past them. And it looks like it's got smashed down a little bit. Probably just end up putting new ones in there as well this time around too. All right, so let's get this side cover off here, and then we need to get this in top dead center. These are the worst because they never want to come free. This one's a little bit bigger there. We'll use that one. And I think that's a 10, right? Yeah. Every time. So, on that note, this is what I was afraid of. These things never want to come out. They always just want to strip. Where is my punch? My punch, but my impact screwdriver. I don't know if this is gonna fit in there. It's definitely too big. Darn it. Let me see what I got. Let's see if I can find a socket that'll fit this. And yeah, 10 will work, but I should have known better. That's not gonna work. I need a shallow 10. Darn it. I need a shallow 10. I do not have one. I don't have a reducer, do I? Small, no, I need a medium to a small reducer, and I do not have one of those. Shoot. Guess I'll just have to, that's not gonna work because it's gonna fall down in there. See if I put another socket inside there. No. Darn it, darn it, darn it. I mean, I guess I'd have to go with this one. See if I can get that one to break it free. Might have to order a new one of these. We'll see. Just gonna strip out. I know it. Oh, these things are such a pain in the butt sometimes. Oh, finally came off. It's all chewed up. I'll order a new one. I'm not going to put that back on there like that. That is for sure. I'll just get an aftermarket one. These are notorious for doing that crap. But if you guys ever need to get stuff loose, this is your save all. Had to use that many times, and it works. Where that oil's all coming from. All right, that looks like 17 maybe. Just trying to keep it clean so I don't have a whole bunch of stuff to clean up afterwards. All right, when you get this at top dead center, so I believe it's a 17. If not, it's a 19. No, it's a 19. Nope, it's not even a 19. What's next? 20? No, not even a 20. Probably 22, 21. Let's go 21. No, 22. Didn't think it was that big. Yep, 22. And then I have a reducer for that one. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to pull the plug out too. And then we'll put this at top dead center. Just got to remember which socket it was. See, oh yeah, this thing was definitely running rich. Definitely getting a lot of fuel. So we'll need to correct that as well. You guys can see it's definitely black. Definitely dumping some fuel. It's wet. So I'm gonna have to mess with the jets again. Maybe it's getting too much fuel. We'll look into that when we get down to that part. All right, I normally just take a long screwdriver and stick it down the spark plug hole carefully, and then go ahead and turn this over to top dead center, and then at least I'll know I'm at top dead center. I need to pull that cap off to see if I'm at top dead center. Grab a flashlight and we'll look for the mark. Uh-oh. That should be Coming up on top dead center here. Yeah, there's the mark. That's a T. Yeah, that should be top dead center there. Let's just double check. Yeah, I can see the piston now. So we are at top dead center now. Slide that out. And then should have a little bit of play in these lifters. Yeah, I adjusted these not too long ago, so those should be good. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I made one of these last time, a template for that bike. And we'll just go ahead and use this one. I do believe that's their 10s. Yes, 10s. So we'll loosen these up just a little bit at a time. Be able to get to that one. Not with this ratchet. Water. That's weird. So I just need to get to that one. Some way, somehow. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it with that ratchet. Go with the small ratchet and a 10. I think that's it. I think that's all of them. Yeah, I think they're all loose. Maybe not that one. Yeah, these loose. All right, so we'll just go ahead and run these out and then put them in the cardboard. I want to at least get this torn down, get this prepped, and then when I get the service manual, I'll go ahead and just put it back together. I know you can order you can order it on CD. I know you can get it offline for free. I just figured a book would be easier just to have it and be able to just look up as stuff as I need to, rather than having to go back and forth in on my phone or on a computer screen. So I did order a paperback from eBay. Those manuals are not cheap. It was like 30 bucks. So hopefully it's everything it says it is. It's the ones the shops use. So I'll take this top part off, kind of go from there, and then I'm gonna have to take the exhaust off for sure, and then whatever else that needs to follow. It's gonna have to be the I can't get that by hand. Still a little tight. Should in a compression test. Too late now. I mean, this bike still runs good. It's more just the smoke coming out that worries me. I mean, it doesn't really worry me, but it shouldn't be happening. So we'll just have to go through that aspect of it and make sure everything's good to go. Does it not have little... I'm all thumbs today, apparently. Just dropping everything. That thing goes through so much water so quickly. You need to get a mini split in here, solar powered. Just close this little part in, some walls and a roll up door. That would be ideal. We'll get this valve cover off and go from there. It's not too bad in here today with that cooler running. It's gonna get humid real quick here. We're already in June, heading into July, so I know it's gonna get really humid here soon. And that swamp cooler is not going to do anything for me except make it more humid in here. All right, I think that is, oh, there's one there. I think this is the last one. Should be the last one, and then we can start putting them in this little say jig, if you want to call it that, or this bolt saver identifier. These are all different lengths, and there's no rhyme or reason to why they're all different lengths. They just are. So better to know where they all go than try to guess, because put one in the wrong spot, you're liable to crack a case or something. So got all those marked. You can see there's a majority that are different sizes. There's like 3 different sizes in there, which is ridiculous. We'll just set those off to the side. gonna grab a rubber mallet, a dead blow hammer, see if we can pop this off. I think this is gonna have to be pried off because it's siliconed on, I do believe. Yeah. Because I remember having to reseal this. Yeah, so it came off pretty easy. Yeah, you can see it was pretty clean in there. We'll just have to clean all that up. Set that there for now. Get a towel, rag. Set that on the workbench over here. Timing chain. Let's see, let me grab a flashlight. Where is my flashlight? Here it is. We'll see what we got for marks here. I don't know. Let's get this off here because we're gonna need that. I'll take this head off. I need to find out. It looks like it's straight across. Let's see here. Let me bring you guys over here closer. When I get the manual, I'll be able to tell better. But just for reference for now, it looks like there's a line right there. So this line straight across. And so these two marks straight across, and the letter D or whatever is going up, or it's a square. I don't know. All right, so let's get the tensioner off. And let's see what else we can get off here. Let's go ahead and remove that tensioner. Is that a 10? Yes. I'll just use this 10 that I got. Now I'm going all the way down because I need to replace this gasket too, so the chain drops, the chain drops. I'm not really worried about it. I'll deal with it later. There's an O-ring right there, looks like. So we'll just be careful not to lose that. And then I need some Allen. It looks like these maybe. Nope, smaller. Let's go with this one. This looks like a little bit of a, it's like a Z400 engine, but a little bit more simpler. It'd be nice if they made like cylinders for this thing, kits like that, big bore kits. I haven't seen anything remotely close to that for this thing. I guess these weren't that popular of a bike. I don't know. One thing I did not order was a new gasket for that. So let's hope that we don't break it. I don't know what all this is. Is that oil? Yeah. Leaking some oil up there. See if we can get that out. All right, good. Didn't damage the gasket yet. So let's see if I got any clicks left. Oh yeah, I got quite a few clicks left. So chain should be all right in that. I'm not going to change it at this point. It's not making noise. I mean, yeah, I could, but I'll look into that. We'll see how much a new chain is and the So then I'll have to get this gasket, take all that apart, and deal with all that crap. So, so that should allow me to remove this cam. Sometimes these are really a pain in the butt because they're so tight. Get that wire out of there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. The tensioner's out. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to sneak this cam by, which I should be able to, you would think. Come on. Just gonna have to kind of wiggle and try to get this chain on the other side, if at all possible. I don't know if I'm at top dead center anymore. That's top dead center. Come on. I don't want to have to take that gear off. I shouldn't have to. I should just be able to. Maybe it's that bolt that's causing it to. Oh my gosh. Maybe the other side would be easier. Give me a little more room, I guess, over here. Because I should be able to just pop this off and walk it off. But it doesn't seem to want to cooperate. I'm gonna have to flatten that out and then get that off. I think that's just ridiculous. Let's see if I can mark that somehow so I know which is the top. I don't know how I'm going to crush that back down. And I do get it off. It's just stupid. That is just stupid. There's one. See if we can get this other one off here. think that's it. I just can't believe that I need to take this all the way out to get that off. That just doesn't seem right to me. I mean, come on. Why would you have to go that far to get this chain off? I guess that's what I'm gonna have to do. Get an impact on there. This should be a 10, I think. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Should be able to get it out now, I would hope. That's just stupid. Stupid, stupid design. I don't like that design. That's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. Ratchet. Jesus. So we got the two rounded capped ones, one on the bottom left, one on the top right, and the other two are just regular nuts. Something's going on with that one. That one's taking the whole stud out, I do believe, which isn't ideal. These handlebars are gonna be the death of me. Just keep hitting my head on them and it's not comfortable. And there are washers under these, so I'm gonna have to grab my magnet and see if I can get those out. And I do believe this whole stud is coming out, which isn't really what I wanted. But I don't think I have a choice at this point. Shit, it's not what I wanted. But I'm gonna have to deal with it now. At least I'll know where it goes, right? I don't know it's gonna come out. I think I'm gonna be able to slide it out with all this stuff here. Damn. It's like a 3-mile long stud. Yeah. It's kind of what I was afraid of, but it's out. I'll just have to deal with that after. Looks like it's all corroded. All right, let me grab those washers. course, they're not metal. They're brass, maybe. Maybe some needle nose. They're not coming out. I'll just deal with them when I get this head off. All right, so then I got those there. Always these little extra bolts everywhere. Don't know what that's for. Oh, that's for the cam guide or the chain guide. I wonder if I'm going to need to remove that too. Let's see if that comes out with the head. Probably should have taken this exhaust off. Probably going to have to do that real quick right now. Kind of learned my lesson to use like a ratcheting part inside something that you can't get off, because if I get down to that point and I can't get it off, I can't go back up. So always use the open end just to be safe. I know it's tedious and takes time, but it's better than having a ratchet stuck in there and not being able to get anything else on it. All right, let me see about this. Jeez, everything's just so slippery. Let me see about this exhaust. 14 maybe, or is it at 12? Oh, that's a 12. Get a wrench in there? Of course not. Of course not, right? There's a ton of oil in there. It's gonna all come spilling out, I guarantee it. Is there a band on that one? No. So I can probably just slide this forward. Yeah. I'll just do that. I'll just leave that there because there's no clamp on these slip-ons. They're truly a slip-on and that's it. Are there bolts on that side? No. I wonder if I can just take this out. Oh yeah. Just get this out of the way. I think that's it. I think this thing will walk off now, yeah. So I need to dump this oil. If I can get this off without dumping it, and then just dump it when I get it out. I have a feeling it's gonna make a mess, but let's find out here. I'll do this forward here. All right, we'll let some of that drain out there. Whew, he's pretty carboned up. Oh man, look at all that carbon on that piston. Look at all that carbon on that piston. That is a lot of carbon. I'm gonna have to clean all that off too. Let's get this this lower part off here. That's not the right, that's an 11. I don't know why I got an 11 out. It should be a 10. Where is my 10? Here's my 10. I mean, it's nice that you don't have to deal with the coolant and stuff, but I don't know. I mean, not that it's that much more of a pain in the butt, but just debating on whether I should send this head out and have them clean it up. I don't think it needs it. I think I can do it myself just with a wire brush. I think the valves are fine. I mean, the bike runs good, like I said, but there's definitely a lot of carbon buildup in here, so we'll have to clean. We'll have to address all that. I'll show you guys when I get this head off here, because I'm gonna have to take that off anyway because I got a gasket to go under there. And I think that is it. Yeah, so we can pull that off now. Let's go ahead and get this off. I'll just let this hang here. Maybe give it a couple taps. Try not to smash anything. Yeah, it should slide out of there nicely. There goes the chain. It's all right. I'll deal with that. What is holding this? This is a tiny little piston. Oh, this chain guide's holding us in there. Let's get this gasket off. Yeah, so that, oh shit. All right, let's get this out of here. Get this in the pan too and let the oil drain off of that a little bit. There's supposed to be another there's another dowel, but oh, it got stuck in the head. All right, good. All right, we'll just deal with all that in a little bit. Let me see if I can get this chain out of there. Oh no! Shit. Didn't want it to go down that far. See if I can snake it out of there. Yeah, good, I got it. All right. Just let that dangle down there for now. Such a tiny little piston, that's for sure. I need to get a pan back under there. All right, let's bring this head over here. I don't know what that is. I definitely don't want that on there, but at the same time, I'm gonna be able to clean that off cleanly. Yeah. Alright, let's get that out of there. This looks like some sort of sealer they got on there to hold maybe the gasket on there. I don't know. Maybe it's RTV. Yeah, it looks like RTV. I don't know if that's just keeping the case from leaking. Let me try screwing it in here and seeing if I can getting it to, you know, go in tighter or looser or something. I don't, you know. At this point, I guess I really got nothing to lose. So let's see if we can run it down, and then if it'll just go tighter. Easier with a wrench. Let me get rid of that. That's just in the way right now at this point. My 10. Just take these both off. Get those out of the way altogether. I mean, if I can get this to go in tight, and then like get this nut to go down, maybe free it up that way. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So must have just been some Loctite on there. So let's do this. Let's get another one. And we'll run it in there. So do this. Put this one on there. And put this one on there. And we'll just run this. Make sure it's tight in there. That's tight in there. No, I want it to stay. So let's grab another 12 and we will hold that one. Well, we loosen that one if I can. I don't think that's gonna work. Darn it. And they're both pretty thick. Maybe this one's thinner. That one fit in there. That might fit. Alright, yeah, that worked. Alright, so let's go with that. I think we'll be alright there. Alright, so I got these, that one, that one. And there should be another. Oh, there's. Alright, so I'm going to leave it at this point. I'm going to clean up here. things off out of my way. And just put this one back in there and clean this one out. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up here. Just gonna clean up my mess. All right, I think that's it. I'm gonna wash up. I'm gonna get the frick out of here. I got some stuff we gotta do. Let me wash up real quick, and then I'll show you this. If you guys can see, that piston's pretty carboned up. That is for sure. Everything else over here looks pretty decent. I mean, there's a lot of carbon on those valves there. And then cylinder head. Cylinder looks good. I don't see any major issues. So we'll resurface that and get that nice and cleaned up. All right. Pretty gummed up, carboned up. And stuff doesn't look too bad, but definitely needs a cleaning.